This is where we left in the previous video by implementing filtering by category. In this video, we are going to implement searching of a post. So first of all, let's have the input field for fetching. So back to the post list component, which is this one. Let's have a form for filtering. So here, that is below the block here, I'm gonna have what is called the searching, or even let me bring it here as that. I will say searching feature. And here we are going to use a form. And for this, we're gonna provide only one input, and the type here is going to be text, and then the placeholder is going to be search post. And let's include the button, and we will say search. Okay, now let's see the differences now, and this is what we have. At the moment, ignore the styling and let's focus on the main logic. So next step is that when a user type in something here, we want to take that value. When a user click on the search, we are going to trigger this API using the use query. In this case, let me check again, which is this one. And to achieve that, unless we bind the input field with the values the user is typing, and we have the state here as the search term and then the set search term. All right, for this one, we are going to do the traditional way of handling forms in React. So let's scroll down here, and this is called handle search handler. So first of all, we're gonna create that handler as const, and then we have access to the event. At the moment, let's lock the event here, and let's go ahead and bind to that. So which is this one. So on the input, we're gonna provide what is called value. And the value, we can get it from the state as search term. And then the unchanged. The unchanged is our handler as handle search change. Now, let me open the console and refresh it. And when I type something here, for example, CSS, as you can see, we got the event being triggered. And we can access the value on what is called event.target.value. So let's go ahead and then get that. So here we need to update the search term by using the search term and then use event.target.value. If you console.this, let's see. Let me clear it and type, for example, Node.js. I think search term is not a function. It's supposed to be set search term. Yeah, set search term. Yeah, this one. Now let's see. When I type Node.js, as you can see, I have the Node.js here. When I click on search, I want to take this value and pass to the request for making the API request. So now we have the handler. What has left is to implement submitting of the query here by clicking on the search. So we have to create that function. So here I will say const handle, and we have access to the event. So let's prevent the browser default by using event.preventDefault. And next step is that we need to update the filters by using set filters and pass in or spread in all the filters, and then pass in the title and use what is called the search term. And let's set page to page number 1, and then we need to call this API by using this method or function called refetch. So here as refetch. So now let's bind this one to the form, which is here as onSubmit, and then pass in the handle search submit, and that is it. So moment of truth. Let me close this, and I want to search this post by using what is called Y or CSS. So it means that any post that contains CSS in it will be filtered out. So now if I type CSS and search, as you can see, we have one post. And if I filter by web category, as you can see, there is no post for that because on the page 1, we don't have that post. Awesome. So let me refresh it and let me search for FFF, which is this post. And as you can see, we got that. All right. What has left is that I want to clear the filters at the moment unless I refresh it before I can get the original records. So here I want to add an event listener to all filters or add a button called clear filters. And for this one, I have the component already by adding some styling. So let's go ahead and use that. At the moment, the logic is done. So inside the template, I have it as searching and filtering. And this is the form as you saw on the post list component. So for this one, I'm using React icons as that. And for this one, we have already installed. So here, I'm going to copy that. And then back to the post list, I'm going to replace with this one. So it means that I have to require these icons. So up here, I'm going to grab import, and from the React icons dash font awesome. And here I will need the FA search, which is this one, and I will need one from MD icons, and it's called MD clear. Okay, so in case you don't have React icons, you can go ahead and install by using npmi React icons. So now, after saving it, this is what we have. Now let's see the differences now. I think I have some error here, which is clear filters is not defined. So let me comment out, this logic for the meantime. And let's see, and this is what we have. Let me remove this column here. So now I can search. If I search for Y and then search, I got it. Next step is that when I click on clear filter, I want to clear this one.